All right, y'all. So today I have a pretty quick hit, powerful podcast for you where I'm giving you 10 mistakes that I see in content creation across all platforms. And if you can avoid these 10 mistakes in your content creation, be it for your blog, your podcast, your social media, your email, wherever and however you're creating content, if you can avoid these 10 mistakes, you're not only going to have content that people want to consume, but I bet you money, not really, but bet you, that your conversion rates will go up because people will actually want to consume your content. So, are y'all ready? Bust out that pen and paper or the notes app on your phone and get ready to just do a little checkup, self-checkup on your content creation. All right, y'all, let's go. Hey there, fellow entrepreneur. Welcome to Simple SEO and Marketing. Do you want to grow your business with sustainable traffic sources? Have you heard about the power of search engine optimization and you want to take advantage of it to get more traffic, more eyeballs on your business? But when it comes down to it, does SEO feel complicated and hard to implement? Are you tired of wondering what in the heck to do with your website to get more traffic and more leads knocking on your door? What if I could tell you that there was a simple, proven system for using SEO, blogging, and copywriting to get leads from your website, and not just any leads, high converting leads. Hey, I'm Faith Hannon, wife, mama, copywriter, SEO strategist, and barrel racer. And for the last 8 years, I've been figuring out what works and what doesn't work in the world of online marketing to get organic traffic. And now I'm here to share all the things I'm learning in the trenches of SEO, copywriting, and content marketing. How does 300%, 500%, or even 12,000% more traffic in a year sound? What could your business do with that kind of traffic increase? How many more people could you help? So listen in and prepare to take notes. I'm about to drop simple, actionable SEO marketing and copywriting tips, all with a heavy dose of Jesus-loving encouragement. Let's get you more traffic and more leads so you can help more people with your God-given gifts. All right, y'all. So if you didn't know this, yours truly, I have a minor in English, almost a second major in English. And so when it comes to communication, when it comes to writing, it's something that I love doing and have a ton of experience doing. And so one of my goals with this podcast, with blogging, with my business in general, is to help business owners, bloggers, podcasters, wherever you're at in life, to communicate better with your words, right? And so just the way my brain works, I see opportunity everywhere, right? And I'm not the person that's proofreading all of your text messages or anything like that, because trust me, I am not the queen of zero typos, okay? But my brain works in communication and helping people communicate better. And if y'all are not familiar with the Gallup Strength Finder test, go take it. But communication is at the top of my strengths. So my heart behind this podcast is to help you avoid a bunch of mistakes that I see across all platforms when it comes to content creation and ultimately your communication. So 10 mistakes to avoid in your content creation. Mistake number 1, if you hear nothing else, please hear this and implement this change today. Mistake number 1 is not beginning with the end in mind. So when I say that, I mean when you turn on that video camera to record a video, please, for the love of all things holy, know what you're going to say. You don't have to have it all scripted out. I don't script anything in my life, but you do need to know what is the main point of what you're going to say. And then you can circle back to that main point. You can reiterate that main point. You can say that main point a little bit different so that your audience ultimately gets the point of what you're trying to say. I use this in literally every piece of content that I create. I try to use it in almost every conversation that I have, especially if it's like a hard conversation, right? But you go into this content creation, writing a post, writing an email, outlining your podcast or your blog or whatever with the main point in mind. Depending on what your background is in education, you might have heard this called the thesis, right? Like, what's the point of this essay that you're fitting to write, okay? One of my professors called it the say one frickin' thing. And I have that literally on the top of my podcast outline template because I want to know, okay, what is the main point of this whole thing? And you can have obviously more than like one tip, but what is the main idea that you want to communicate? If people only walk away with one sentence, what is that one sentence that they can carry with them throughout their day that's going to help them remember this content that you put in front of them? Because at the end of the day, we are all so inundated with content that if we are not super, super clear in what we're trying to communicate, our message is going to get lost and forgotten. Okay? Mistake number 2 is only writing, creating, recording what you want to create all the time, and not thinking about what your audience wants and needs. Notice I did not say thinking about what the algorithm wants, okay? Yes, we can create things in such a way that they're SEO friendly or algorithm friendly or whatever your goals are, right, with your content. However, the goal of your content should always be to serve your people, right? It should be to serve the people that God has given you to serve in business. And so if you're only thinking about what you want to talk about, what you want to create, it's selfish and it's probably not serving people very well. Now, this does not mean that everything you create has to be only focused on SEO or only focused on pleasing the algorithm or only focused on, the fear of people instead of the fear of God. That's not what I'm saying. But you know what, y'all? I could get on some soapboxes and I could hop on this podcast and I could record some random non-SEO, non-business, non-marketing related things that do not serve you. They don't serve you for what you're coming to this podcast for. So I don't do it. Okay, I can call on my best friend and rant and rave about whatever soapbox I want to get on, right? Like, your content is not for you. It's for your audience. It's to serve them. It's to bless them. It's to draw them closer to God. It's to bless your business. Your content should be a way to serve your people. Now, is there a way to implement stories and fun things and elements of your personality? Abso-stinkin-lutely. But when you're creating for your business, you need to be thinking about what's going to serve your people. And you can totally do it in a way that infuses personality, but making your little self happy should not be at the forefront of why you're publishing all of your content for your business, okay? And I know that might go against the grain of some of the things that you see out there, but truly, right? Like, when we think about if Jesus is our guide, and he should be, he didn't just say what he wanted to say. He says, I only say what I heard my Father say, and I only do what I heard my Father, what my Father showed me to do. And I think when we take that approach, that love is serving, love is patient, it is kind, and we should be using our gifts and our callings and our businesses to serve, then we need to run our content through that filter as well. Does this serve my audience? If the answer is no, it just makes me happy to, write a big blog on why Stanley water bottles are the best thing ever. Like, if that doesn't serve my audience, then I'm really probably not going to spend my time posting it. And that is okay. Okay, mistake number 3 is forgetting to do the actual research. So true story here, I don't always do keyword research before I create content. Why? Because I know my audience, I know my people, and I know how I want to serve them. And then I take what I want to serve, I take the main idea, and I go do the keyword research, and I make the keywords work in with what I want to say, the crux of my argument, so to speak. But a lot of times I see content creators, I see business owners forgetting to do the research. And so you can have this great, grand, glorious idea of something that you're like, yes, people want to know this. They want to learn about this. This is totally going to help them. And then you post it and crickets, because nobody's actually searching for that thing in that way. And sometimes all it takes is a small change in wording. But if you forget to do the research, then you posted that thing, you've created the thing, you have this URL that you really don't want to have to change, and you've just skipped a very simple step in forgetting to do the research. So do not forget to do the actual keyword research, please and thank you. And now mistake number 4, y'all ready? Is not repurposing. I am such a fan of working smarter, not harder. Like, please and thank you, help me do things better. Work smarter, not harder. Like, that is a mantra in my life. But the fact of the matter is different platforms serve different people differently, and some better than others, right? If you are somebody that you just need to read to see things, great. If you're somebody that you need to hear things, great. If you need to watch videos, great. But when you are a content creator and you are just creating content and publishing content in one area and never repurposing it across any other platforms, you are missing huge opportunities for a very small amount of additional work. Now, the way that we do this in my business is I have a podcast that then we repurpose into a blog, okay? And then we break that down into social media posts, Pinterest, and email. Like, one piece of content gets repurposed in so many ways, okay? And it's really not that hard to do. If you don't have my content repurposing cheat sheet or guide, go grab that. It'll just help you break that down. And one of my favorite ways to repurpose content is when I'm sitting down and I'm writing out the outline for my podcast, which then gets repurposed and tweaked and optimized for a blog, right? When I'm in that zone and I'm thinking about that content already is when I like to write the email copy, okay? If I have a focus on social media, that's when I'm going to do the social media content, which I'm not doing social media right now. But if I cared about social media, when I'm in that headspace is when I would try to write some things down. But please, please, please do not fail to repurpose your content in some way, shape, or form. In my business, we actually offer content repurposing for clients. Like, if you have a YouTube channel or you have a podcast and you need that repurposed into blog form, because you can't just copy and paste it, you cannot just post a transcript, please. You have to actually use good SEO practices and change things a little bit for the platform. But we actually do offer that to clients. And if that's something that you're interested in, hit us up, info@faithhannon.com, or book a chat to talk about that. Because if you are creating really great content, let's say on a YouTube channel or a podcast, but you're not actually posting high quality SEO friendly blogs on your website, then you're missing an entire market, ready to buy market, by not having SEO friendly blog content publishing on your website consistently. So if you're not repurposing your audio or video content to blog content, get on it. Either do it yourself or hire us to do it. We would love to help you with that, okay? And mistake number 5, ready, is reinventing the wheel every time. I am such a huge proponent of templates. I use templates in, oh my goodness, every facet of content creation, in my workflow, my operating system. Like, mama ain't got time to reinvent the wheel, okay? Now, your templates might look completely different than my templates, and that's okay. I think the mistake that we make as business owners sometimes is thinking that we have to buy a template, or we have to, put together this super fancy, aesthetically pleasing template, which y'all probably don't know this, but I actually do love a pretty aesthetically pleasing template, okay? But really, all you have to do when you're templating something is to just be able to copy and paste parts of your process over, so that you don't have to rethink about, oh, I did this and then this and then this and then this. Like, even just simply having, a list, a link to a spreadsheet of links that you need, or a list of keywords that you need to pull from, saved in a doc that then you can copy and paste and reuse as a template. Even that is hugely beneficial to your business. and your time. I actually have some more information on templates and some ideas for templates in episode 133, where I talk about 3 ways to streamline your blogging process. And then in episode 134, I talk about 15 easy templates to write great SEO content and save time. So go listen to those after this, just to get the brain juices flowing on different ways that you can create and use templates really easily in your business. Well, hey there, pals. Are you looking to get more traffic to and more leads from your website in the coming year using the power of SEO? Are you tired of the hustle, the grind, and constantly changing algorithm of the social media game? Are you ready for sustainable marketing without 80 hours of work each week? Then go check out my signature course, The Organic Marketing Framework, where I break down exactly what our team has done with clients and students to help them get more traffic, more sales, and to know how to harness the power of SEO without losing their minds. Head on over to faithhannon.com/framework and learn how to get more leads from your website in just 4 weeks. And the 6th mistake that I see a lot of content creators, bloggers, podcasters across all platforms make is to work really hard on the content, creating great content, which I love, but then not working hard on the title. And truth be told, I think for most situations, you should work at least half as long on the title and do multiple iterations of the title. At least it should take you at least half as long to craft the title as it does to create the actual content. And there's so many reasons for that, but one of them is that your first idea is usually not your best idea. Like, I can pretty much tell you, I have never had, of my title ideas, the first idea be the one that I landed on, because you just have to rework things with your titles. I actually have several episodes on titling tips, so make sure that you go listen to that. One of my other newer favorite tools for creating great content or great titles is Headline Analyzer. It's a tool by CoSchedule. It's super affordable, and I actually have an affiliate link that I'll pop down in the show notes for you. But when you're creating your title, make sure that your title is the ideal length for the platform that you're posting on. Make sure that you have your keyword focus phrase in the title, and make sure that it's clear and enticing without being clickbaity. Okay, because everybody and their mama hates clickbait. Okay. Mistake number 7 is to just create content once, share it once, and then forget it. Because when you just share it once, and especially if you're just sharing the link onto social media and being like, go watch it, y'all, or go read it, y'all, the fact of the matter is people just don't see everything that comes across their feed. And so if you only share things one time, then you're losing out on so much of your audience and getting your content in front of a large percentage of your audience. Now, truth be told, this is something that we are working on in my business. We are not great at sharing content more than once, okay? So I am raising my hand for I need to work on this here, okay? Mistake number 8 I see is sometimes you'll have a focus keyword phrase, that a phrase you want to go for, and people will use it in the title and maybe the first paragraph or the first heading, and then never again. And the fact of the matter is, the way that Google works, the way that search engines work, is you have to use that keyword focus phrase more than once for the search engines to think, oh, this piece of content is actually about this phrase, and for them to put your piece of content at the top of the SERPs when people are searching for that thing. So make sure that you are using your focus keyword phrase in the title, in H2 headings, in some H3 headings, and then also in your paragraph text. And make sure that you're not dumping it. Like, don't make the mistake the little baby blogger Faith did, where you're just like, how many times can I put this in there? How many keywords can I stuff in here? Like, not knowing that that's what I was doing, obviously. But make sure that those keyword focus phrase, that keyword focus phrase for the blog is used authentically throughout that piece of content, okay? And number 9 is to just not get to the point. Like, please and thank you. Get to the rat killing, y'all. Just get to the rat killing. Tell me what you got to tell me and then move on. Okay? Okay. It will not only make your people so much happier, but they'll actually get something out of your content and they'll come back to you again and again. And mistake number 10, little bit unpopular opinion here, but I don't really care, is to let AI do too much of the work. We use ChatGPT very little in my business, okay? It's just not something I love a lot. It's not something I'm super comfortable with. I'd rather write my own self than to let AI write for me. That's just how I am. Like, I am actively looking for ways to make our workflow better, to use ChatGPT smart, but please, when you're creating content, do not let AI do too much of the work, okay? You're going to wind up with poop sounding content that doesn't actually get you found, and it doesn't actually help your people because it's completely unoriginal. So there's your 10 mistakes that I want you to avoid when you're creating content. 1, not beginning with the end in mind. 2, writing or creating what you want to create all the time and forgetting about what your audience wants and needs. Number 3, forgetting to do the actual keyword research. Number 4, not repurposing. Number 5, reinventing the wheel every time. Please use templates, y'all. Number 6, working hard on the content and then not working hard on the title. Number 7, sharing it once and then forgetting it. Number 8, having a focused keyword phrase, but only using it in the title and maybe in the first paragraph, not using it throughout your piece of content. Number 9, not getting to the stinking point. And number 10, letting AI do too much of the work. All right, y'all, take those 10 tips. Check yourself before you wreck yourself and go create better content to serve your audience and bless your business. Thank you so much for listening in today. Hopefully this episode gave you some really tangible tips for better SEO and marketing to get more leads and more sales from your website. If it did, can I ask you a quick favor? Would you please share this episode with a friend and then just take 10 seconds and go leave a written review on Apple Podcasts. That is the very best way to help more Jesus-loving entrepreneurs scale their businesses so that they can help more people with their gifts and make an even bigger impact for the kingdom of God. And guess what? We now have a Facebook community where we can learn, hang out, and laugh. Go join the Facebook group now. It's linked in the show notes. And all the other things, courses, coaching, and copywriting can be found at my website, faithhannon.com. Until next time, God bless, and I'll talk to you soon.